The Ghost of Miller's Crossing, an 1820 cold case that terrified a nation. What if the one clue that solves a murder is also the clue that makes the case impossible? That's the question historians still whisper when they talk about the disappearance of Samuel Whitaker, a 10-year-old schoolboy whose case became one of the most baffling investigations of early America. Let's go back to Miller's Crossing, Virginia, in the year 1820. Miller's Crossing was not a large place. A handful of farms, a blacksmith, a small patch of merchants, and a schoolhouse perched near the river. The kind of town where news traveled faster than weather, and gossip lasted longer than seasons. Samuel Whitaker, known as Sammy to the townsfolk, was a gentle, curious child. He collected river stones, fed stray cats, and asked far too many questions about the world for a boy of 10. He lived with his father, Jonah Whitaker, a miller known for his temper, and his older sister, Clara, who practically raised him. On October 3, 1820, Samuel waited outside the schoolhouse long after the other children left. His sister was late picking him up. According to his teacher, he finally sighed, brushed dust off his boots and said, "I guess I'll walk home. She'll be comin' soon." Except he never arrived. Before we go deeper, let me ask you, if a child disappears in 1820 wilderness, is it the terrain you fear? Or the people? The walk from school to home was only half a mile, crossing a narrow wooden bridge known as Miller's Crossing. That bridge is the last place Samuel was seen. A farmer claimed he heard a scream near the river. But the river was loud that day, and no one else heard it. When Clara reached the schoolhouse minutes later, Samuel was gone. She searched the road, the riverbank, the mill, the woods. Nothing. Only one thing was left behind. A single shoe, caught between planks on the bridge. But here's the strange part. There were no footprints. Not Samuel's. Not anyone else's. Not even wagon tracks. Just a shoe. Almost as if he vanished into thin air. Sheriff Nathaniel Briggs, a veteran of the War of 1812, took charge. But this case was unlike anything he had ever seen. A child's left boot, size small, leather worn at the toes. But the mud beneath it, undisturbed. How does a boy lose a shoe without leaving a footprint? 20 yards from the bridge, Briggs found 3 river stones stacked neatly. Sammy's habit. But the ground around them was untouched, like someone placed them afterward. A wooden whistle Samuel always carried was discovered near the old mill, broken, but deliberately, cleanly, split down the middle. You tell me, was that a message? Or a warning? Suspect number 1. Jonah Whitaker, the father. Angry, unpredictable, often drunk. But he had an airtight alibi. He was delivering grain miles away, witnessed by 3 men. Clara insisted Jonah and Samuel argued that morning. Motive, opportunity, or just coincidence? Suspect number 2. Elias Firth, the trapper. Lived alone near the woods. Owned traps, knives, furs. Resented children who stole berries from his land. But his cabin was searched top to bottom. Nothing. Not a trace. He claimed he saw nothing but shadows. Shadows of what? Suspect number 3. The silent rider. Several townsfolk reported hearing a horse gallop across the bridge minutes before Samuel vanished. But no one saw the rider. No one saw the horse. And again, no tracks. No horse in 1820 leaves no tracks. Unless someone covered them. But why? 2 weeks later, Clara received a folded piece of parchment slipped under their door. It read, "He walked where no child should walk. Seek the place where water meets the whisper. Do not search again." No signature. No handwriting match. No explanation. Briggs called it a hoax. But Clara insisted someone knew something. What do you think? Genuine clue, or psychological manipulation? Winter came early. Ice crusted along the river. 7 weeks after Samuel disappeared, a boy's body was discovered trapped in frozen reeds downstream. The body was not Samuel Whitaker. It was another boy, unknown, unnamed, never reported missing, wearing clothes stitched in a style from hundreds of miles away, and holding Samuel's whistle, the broken one. Why would another child have Samuel's whistle? Why would he be dead? And where was Samuel? Searchers found symbols carved into trees near the mill. Spirals, crossed circles, a mark resembling an eye. Local historians later identified them as belonging to a fringe spiritual sect known as the Quiet Order, rumored to live in the mountains. They believed children had untouched souls, and held rituals involving water, silence, and spirit crossings. Sheriff Briggs followed the trail, until it ended at a burned-out cabin deep in the woods. Inside the ashes, 7 children's shoes, several broken whistles, and a journal containing one chilling line. Only the quiet may cross. No bodies, no members, no arrest. The Quiet Order vanished overnight. Just like Samuel. No one ever found Samuel Whitaker. Not his body. Not the silent rider. Not the members of the Quiet Order. The case officially became the first recorded unsolved child disappearance in Miller's Crossing. But Clara, she never stopped searching. Even decades later, she told her grandchildren, "If you hear a whistle by the river, don't follow it. That's where Samuel crossed." So now I'll ask you, what really happened on Miller's Crossing Bridge? Was Samuel taken? Did he run? Was it a cult? A kidnapper? A rider with invisible tracks? Or something darker hiding in the woods? And more importantly, can a case so old ever truly be solved? The next episode will tell you what truly happened to Samuel Whitaker. Subscribe and follow for more.